On tonight's news, Coley has developed love for carp fishing. Little Mac gives us a Big Mac update, and the professor returns to FNN news after quitting. But first, daylight robbery. It can happen to anybody. And that's just what's happened to Nip Nip Fishing over the weekend. We have footage of the incident. Viewer discretion is advised.
One of your packages. Winner chicken dinner. Woo! Oh, gotta catch them all! Oh no! No! No!
Our thoughts are with Nip Nip Fishing at this time. The perpetrator has been identified as none other than the outraged man. We are confident he will be returning the prize and providing a public apology. Now over to Dan's hunts for this week's hunt. Dan's?
Thanks, Melissa. We're down here at Clayton Reserve. Here there's the outraged man's getting very upset with me for some reason. He successfully found 2 of my packages, and there's a report that he actually stole one from a viewer. Now, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to set him up. There's something in the works for him. Anyways, in today's package again, KP baits, squidgies, squid jig, solid, jig head. They're all happening in there. See if we can hide it, and hopefully someone else will find it except for the outraged man. I'm watching you this time, bud.
Thank you, Dans, and best of luck to all the hunters. If you are the lucky finder of the prize, please contact Dans on the TikTok, Dans__84. Next up, Johnny from Baylow Marine has successfully appealed the proposed banning of his content on FNN News. We will continue airing his boating tip of the week, despite heavy protests from melspikes. Over to you, John.
Alright guys, so you want my tip of the week? Well, first of all, I'd like to introduce you to Sharky, very good friend of mine. Now, my tip of the week is never, ever, ever let melspikes know where you moor your boat. Now, you might be wondering, why would that matter? Well, if anyone watched Mel's last video, she was attracting seagulls while she was filleting her flathead. What do I find when I went on my boat over the weekend? A dead seagull. Coincidence? I think not. I also have found lots of soft plastics on the bow of my boat. What has Mel been spruiking lately? Hobie soft plastics. Now, I don't know why she's wasting them, throwing them on my boat. Why there's fishing line attached. It's costing you money, Mel. There's no need for it. But the worst thing of all was when I went inside the boat and I had a look on the driver's seat. There was a halfpilly. It stunk. So Mel, leave my boat alone. You don't want to start a war. Come on. Just, guys, boating tip of the week, don't let Mel know where your boat is. Who knows what she'll do to it. Alright guys, don't forget, Baylow Marine.
Thank you, John. FNN News empathises with your situation, and we remind all viewers to be very vigilant of melspikes and where she puts her half-pilly. Everybody was here to witness the moment the professor quit FNN News. But we have breaking news which will see the famous weatherman return to the screens tonight. Let's cross to the legendary professor with the weather.
Thanks, boss. Here's the weather for the weekend. On Friday, it will be fine and 30 degrees. Winds will be west to northwesterly, 10 to 15 knots, shifting to the northeast, 15 to 20 knots in the afternoon. It will then switch to the south in the evening, between 15 and 20 knots. Seas over the weekend will be moderate and sea temperatures will be around 22 degrees. On Saturday it will be partly cloudy, 25 degrees, south to southeasterly winds 15 to 20 knots, tending north to southeasterly 10 to 15 knots during the day. Sunday it's expected to be cloudy, 24 degrees, variable winds about 10 knots, becoming south to southeasterly 15 to 25 knots during the day. We're expecting the humidity to be between 60 and 70% over the weekend. We're likely to see a bit of rain on Sunday, around 1 to 5 mil. Lunar phase on Saturday is the first quarter, so that means we'll have a full moon next weekend. This October was the second hottest on record at 2.5 degrees above average. There are signs that the dry period we've had is coming to an end, with a decent rain event possible next week. Thanks, boss. Thanks. Okay, bye.
Did the rehab work or make it worse? Thank you, Professor, for that rather relaxing and refreshing weather report. Are you okay? Welcome back. Mel Spikes is doing something. Let's cross to her in Botany Bay now. It's alright. Take your time, mate, if it happens to happen. Oh! What was that?
I think it got me on the rocks.
It might have.
Oh my god.
That was spooling you.
That literally, that took everything.
Did it? Oh yeah, there's rocks right there. Oh.
That was huge.
Well done, Trav. We're sure you'll dream of catching more big fish like that and having fun on the water. Well done, mate. Everybody's Uncle Vinnie is back to talk about his jigs. Let's check it out.
Thanks, Mel. Hi, everybody. This is Uncle Vinnie here. Newest addition to the family. Meet young buddy. G'day, buddy. How you going, mate? Today, I just want to quickly talk about the lure packs that I have at the moment. They're in 10, 20, 30, 40 and 60 grams. They're $40. Jump onto the webpage or the Facebook group. Hit me up. As you can see, they're quite a detailed, all handmade. Yeah, mate. They come in a variety of colours. So let me know if you want some. Happy fishing this week, guys.
Hello, puppy. And thank you, Uncle Vinnie. Remember, you can message Uncle Vinnie on Facebook if you want to buy any of his jigs. Oh, it looks like we have a call coming through. Hello?
Hello, Melissa. The A-Meister. I've returned from Chrome Fest to replace that imposter that you had on your site last week. Did you hear about the triple murder at the Kellogg's factory? Yes, police are looking for a serial killer. What do you call 5 ants that move in with 5 other ants? I'd say we'd call them tenants. And I was away. I was on the trip of a lifetime. Never again. And remember the 3 B's in life. That's all you need. The 3 B's: beer, babes, and bungers.
Thank you, A-Man. Your jokes continue to bring joy to somebody. And to everybody watching, don't forget the 3 B's. Here's Little Mac from Mac's Bait Bar with an update on the latest bait and fishing gear.
Thanks, Melissa. Little Mac here from Mac's Bait Bar in Blakehurst, guys. And I was busy. Sorry I couldn't post much, but I was busy unpacking my pallet. And we'll be posting it in about a week time, okay, guys? But before that, we have all your Shimano gear, all your Shimano lines, all your lines. We have all your reels, all your rods above us, and all your reels right behind you if you want to turn around. And also your Z-Mans, they're selling out already. Some rows are getting sold. All your crush if you guys know. Best sinkers in stock if you want to actually take them. They're also selling out pretty quick, so if you want to check us out here at Blakehurst Max Bait Bar, also have, look at this, we have fresh bait galore, look at that. And also, cheapest and freshest. We also got these green eyes, they're still green eyed even though we froze them, and they still work as fresh. Also have everything in stock over here at Max Bait Bar in Blakehurst, okay guys? So you should, I'd rather you check us out instead of anyone else except our friends at the shops. Thank you.
Thank you, Little Mac. And just some more information, Max Bait Bar will provide you with the bait you need to feed the fish, just like melspikes does. And next door is a fish and chip shop, so you can satisfy yourself while shopping. We all know Wayne Cole from the Fishing Shed Bathurst. Well, after his trip to Europe, he's become obsessed with carp and all that. So let's sit back and enjoy Coley with his feature story.
Well, thanks for that, Melissa. Well, it has been absolutely action-packed up here in Bathurst over the last couple of weekends. We had the Burrigo redfin and carp blitz, which we saw an amazing amount of 140-odd redfin removed from the system, and plus some absolutely donkey carp as well. Then moving into last weekend, last Sunday, we had the Bathurst RSL Fishing Club carp blitz on the Macquarie River with 119 carp, up to 450 kilos of carp removed from the system. Some great prizes handed out from people, from businesses in Bathurst. And what we've now got planning is the November 16th and 17th two-day fishing trip on the Turon River out at Safala. Word on the street is for $1,000 we'll get melspikes out there to fish. Botany Bay doesn't look like the Turon. Anyway guys, so what we're looking at too is we're talking about carp in general. Now the special report we're talking about comes down to, is it time to rethink our view of carp? When you see the UK, they have lots of prize packets when it comes to carp fishing, where in Australia they're just seen as an invasive species. One of the largest countries that eat carp. The question is, why aren't we exporting carp to them? We've got heaps of them. The western rivers out there at the moment are currently choked with carp, being that in Europe and in France, carp with very cold water do not breed and grow like they do in Australia, except we have perfect growing conditions with water temperatures above 20 degrees. Hence why western rivers, slow moving water, is a perfect breeding ground for carp. Now I've personally eaten carp, and all I can say is it's fish. It comes down to the way you catch it and the way you cook it. There's no two ways about it. It's like a few other species in Australia, it's about the way you catch it and the way you cook it. So I look at it this way, is it time to have that conversation? Do we need to embrace or eradicate? When it comes down to, the facts are the Australian government has spent over $20 million on a carp virus to see zero results from it, because no one in the political realm has the internal fortitude to pull the trigger on that device. It comes down to, do we need to rethink our view of European carp? When you look at what they do in the UK, it is a massive, massive business fishing for carp. When it comes to equipment, when it comes to regulations, and when it comes to competitions. Their competitions have prize pools up to £10,000. £10,000 to catch a dirty mud marlin, and here we are throwing them up the banks. Now, is it time to look at people overseas for tourism for the European carp? We've got heaps of them. On a recent trip to the Turon River, pristine conditions, virtually see-through clear water, and there they were. Fly fishing for carp in Europe is big. Why not bring it to Australia? Okay, at the end of the days we have to dispatch them once we catch them, but are we missing something when it comes to European carp? Me personally, I'm a big fan of catching carp. I think it's fun for all. They are a great sports fish, and they do fight all the way to the bank, and you can do it with minimal equipment. But when you see the way the Europeans fish for it, are we missing something when it comes to carp? More to come. Big fan of that. Anyway guys, what we've got coming up here in the western regions is really big. Like I mentioned before, the Turon River, the Safala CAS 2-day redfin and carp blitz on the Turon River out at Safala. Very picturesque. Let's see if we can get melspikes out there. Anyway guys, also too, then we have the Oberon competition, which is the 30th of November working into the 1st of December, which is a 2-day fish out on Oberon. Dam, which is one of the best pristine fishing ponds I've ever actually been involved in. Redfin trout, and there are big Murray cod in there, including yellow belly, which have been proven caught in the last few weeks. This could be a good weekend to ponder freshwater fishing when it comes to changing it up and being an all-round fisher. But I'll tell you one thing, after seeing Melissa Spikes in a habit, you're going straight to hell. Anyway, that's it from this weekend from the Fishing Shed Bathurst. Tight lines, everyone. Back to you in the studio, Melissa.
Thank you, Coley. Very interesting information on the carp, and they are also known as the mud marlin here in Australia. For everyone interested, there's plenty of freshwater events coming up soon, including the Safala carp fishing competition, where melspikes may be making an appearance on the 16th and or the 17th of November. That should be interesting. Well, that's all we have time for tonight. This is FNN News. My name is Melissa Spike, and good night.